Hi, I'm Steve with Atlantic British, and today we're going to repair the transmission linkage on and it's the same linkage for the LR3, the LR4, and the Range Rover Sport from 05 to 2013. This exhibits itself by sometimes appearing to slip into neutral while you're in drive, or not being able to place the car in drive at all. The car will just act as though it's in neutral. Very simple fix. What we're going to be changing is this array of parts right here. This is an old kit taken out, and this is what fails. This bushing becomes locked in place and won't move. Whereas on the new kits, or the kit that's working properly, this will move, which allows your transmission to move easily into gear. These are the tools that we'll use. It's a ratchet, a 13 millimeter medium depth socket, and a 13 millimeter short depth socket. We'll have a little bit of WD-40, and we're going to use a little assembly lube just to put a little lubrication on the bushing as we install it. So now we'll go to the car. The linkage is located on the passenger side of the transmission, right here, just behind your splash pan on the front. What we're going to do is put a little WD-40 on it to make it come off a little easier. Make sure your car is in park. Start with this lower nut. Loosen it, but don't take it all the way off. Change sockets. Plenty of thread on this. Here is the one bolt we removed, or not we removed rather. This comes right out of the linkage and comes off completely. Sometimes this is held on to the rod. Just grab another pair of pliers. There we go. Then we take a small piece of emery cloth, and we clean up the rod. There's just a little bit of corrosion on the transmission linkage. That's fine. Now we go to reassembly. We take this piece like this. You'll notice the shape of this. And this is the piece that goes in it. It's important to ensure that the rod goes through this rounded section of your component. It does not go like that, it goes like that. That allows it to tighten down and hold the rod, the shifting linkage, in place. Install this, a little bit of assembly lube right here. This goes straight into the bushing. The spring washer is then put next. That piece. Then we lightly assemble it here. And we take our new nut to attach this to the transmission. Go up like this. Make sure that it's in the round section. Loosen it just a little bit. Put it up. Now there is a slot in this piece of linkage which will that seats on the linkage on the transmission. Not here. You want to make sure that your nut threads correctly. It's a little bit awkward, but you have to be very careful to ensure this thread's correct. You took it off with your fingers, and you need to make sure that you put it back on with your fingers to ensure that you haven't cross-threaded it. After the nut is tightened on the linkage rod, you need to make sure that the shifting lever right here is pulled all the way forward, because that's the park position on the transmission. And at that point, you tighten this piece of the linkage here. Again, you need to be sure that this rod is located such that the rounded portion here is on the rod and the square portion is on the tightening lug right there. Push that in, hold it with your finger, snug up the nut. And we're done. And that will take care of your the linkage problem of the car moving to neutral from drive or not being able to put it into drive at all. Thanks.